Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks so much for stopping in. We're gonna do a book haul today. It's been a little while, right? I think. So let's talk about some books I brought in my house and how much I really need to stop buying books. But it was my birthday earlier in the month, so I got a couple little gifties. I got things like my Nightworms package. And then recently, back in September, I went to a book festival in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. On the way home, I stopped at McKay's, like you do. You're gonna be near McKay's, you're gonna stop in. It's a huge used bookstore. Well, not just books; they have DVDs, CDs, toys, musical instruments. They've got all kinds of stuff there that you can buy and sell. Of course, I go for the books, and so I found a few things. Found a few things there too. So let's talk about kind of non McKay's stuff first. And really not. This isn't a book that you read, but my mom got me this for my birthday. I thought I'd share it. Creepy cross stitch. This is one I've had my eye on for a little while. Some really creepy cross stitch patterns in here, but really, I'm here for the Baba Yaga because I love Baba Yaga, and I also really love this. That cool bat. How cool is that? Yeah, so this has a bunch of really fun patterns in there. Some right there on the back. So yeah, I've had my eye on this one for a little while. So she picked it up off my wish list for me. I did get Nightworms. So this is October's Nightworms. So spoilers if you haven't gotten your package yet. But very excited for these. We got the new Adam Neville, The Vessel. It's kind of a slim one for Adam Neville. A lot of his are kind of longer, but of course, it came with the book plate and everything. And so yeah, this one sounded really cool. So, struggling with money, raising a child alone. You can probably hear my cat outside the door too. I don't apologize. Struggling with money, raising a child alone, and fleeing a volatile ex. Jess McMakin accepts a job caring for an elderly patient, Flo Gardner. I love the name Flo. A disturbed shut-in and invalid, but if Jess can hold this job down, she and her daughter Izzy can begin a new life. Oh, so Flo has a vast home called the Nerthus House. It may resemble a stately vicarage in an idyllic village, but the labyrinthine interior is a dark, cluttered warren filled with pagan artifacts. That's all I need to know. That sounds awesome. Look like badass cover. Yeah. Okay, so that sounds cool. And then we also got Human Monsters. Really nice, thick anthology. Edited by Sadie and Ashley of the Nightworms. And Human Monsters, a horror anthology. 35 brand new tales of terror. Not all monsters are fantasy. Some are very real, and they walk among us. There are friends, family, neighbors, and co-workers. They're the people we're supposed to trust, and they know it. Contained within this anthology are 35 never-before-published works. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, sounds great. I mean, it's got, like, Linda Addison's in here, Gemma Amore, Nat Cassidy, Andrew Cull, Laurel Hightower, Jamie Robert Johnson, Stephen Graham Jones, Caroline Kepnes, Samantha Kolesnik, Chad Lusky, Josh Mallerman, Catherine McCarthy, Tim Meyer, Cynthia Paleo. All kinds of folks are in here, so I'm excited for this anthology. I love a nice thick anthology. So very cool, and has such a great cover. Isn't that a cool cover? So yeah, I'm excited for that. I did a pre-order for this because I pre-order all of Eric LaRocca's books apparently, and this is what's it called again? They Were Here Before Us. His sort of newest novella. I did the pre-order. Yeah, signed copy. I love this cover though because it starts here and then has this kind of wrap around and then this like skeleton bird. So cool. And then there's like eyes in the wings. So cool. So this is put out. What is this? I can't read the writing on here. Is it Bad Hand Books? I think. Yeah, Bad Hand Books. Put that there. So yeah, nice and short. So we'll see what this one's all about when I get into it. The only thing it says on the back is the only thing more brutal than nature is love. Dun dun dun. So yeah. And my friend Kelsey from Slime and Slashers sent me a little package, and it really brightened my day. So she sent us kind of a belated birthday, early Halloween kind of thing. And these are books that she had picked up because she thought of me. I mean, is there any better thing to say? I thought of you when I saw this, so I bought it for you. I mean, I don't know, that just like, it really touches the heart, right? Kelsey is an amazing person. I've thanked you already, but I'm publicly announcing how awesome you are, and thank you again, because you kind of know I've been in a little funk. So it really brightened my day. So let me show you what she got me. I'm so excited. She found this, Love in Vain. This is part 2. This is the 18 more original tales of vampire erotica, edited by Poppy Z. Bright. I'm excited. and this is a thick book. It's got all kinds of folks in here. Neil Gaiman's in here, Caitlin R. Kiernan, Christopher Fowler. Who else do I know in here? I don't know everybody's names, but Richard Lehman's in here. Yeah, so that's cool. She wrote little notes, and so I kept them. So yeah. Woo! Excited. And then look at this one, Child of Darkness. This is by David B. Silva. I love this cover. Look at his teeth. Eureka was a quiet little farming community where the biggest news was last week's weather. But for one boy, it was a place of unending torment, his mind unmercifully scarred by a father who was convinced he was the devil's spawn. Justin Reed withdrew into himself, seeking refuge from his father's ghastly tortures. There he discovered he was not alone. Something deep within him was struggling to get out, an evil that threatened to destroy not only Justin, but everyone around him. Only he could control the power, but could he vanquish it before it tore his very soul apart? Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty fun. So she said she thought of me, like the creepy kids. We tend to have a lot of creepy kid books, right? And this one, how fun is this? It's called Allison's Baby by Mike Stone. I mean, can you even, with this cover, can you even? Skeleton nurse or doctor or whatever. Years ago, innocent little Allison had walked the woods of Mountain Oaks. Something savage, brutal had happened there. She knew it. It haunted her. Why couldn't she remember? Now married and pregnant, she was mysteriously called back by the dark legacy to the old house in the Catskills. Ooh, old house in the Catskills, with its sagging porch and peeling paint. Back to the sinister Dr. Fielding, who knows the terrifying truth. Back to the edge of memory, where violent shadows and murderous secrets reach out, daring Allison to remember, threatening to claim Allison's baby. Da 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 da. Sounds so fun. I love stuff like that. I love this shit, you guys. It's so fun. Kelsey, you're amazing. I love you. Bye. Thank you. So you're probably already watching Kelsey, of course, but I'll link her channel below, just in case. Okay, so now on to my McKay's finds. I love McKay's because you just never know what you're gonna find, of course, but I usually walk out with something. You know what I'm saying? I was excited to find this, though. This is Jerzy Kosinski's The Painted Bird. Someone had mentioned this book, I think maybe in Ollie's Discord. I think it was. And then lo and behold, it was there. I think this was maybe like a week or two later after that person had mentioned that this book was disturbing for them. And so I was like, okay. You say a book's disturbing, I want to read it. So this came out in 1965. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. Harrowing story that follows the wanderings of a boy abandoned by his parents during World War II. The Painted Bird is a dark masterpiece that examines the proximity of terror and savagery to innocence and love. Ooh. The first and most famous novel. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, yeah, so It definitely sounds like it could be intense. So we will see whenever I get to it. Okay, so let's get into this. I found this Quarrel with the Moon. This is by J.C. Conaway. When the darkness gathers, their savage hunger must be fed, and no one is safe. This is a tour. Worse than any nightmare, it began with the bones, strange remains of a creature almost human. They've got an Institute of Anthropology, can't believe his eyes. Oh, he seemed to be staring at the new kind of a missing link. The remains had come from the mountains of West Virginia. So he goes to investigate. Oh, bringing his lady. They call him his lady, the beautiful Cresta Faraday. That's gonna be cringe, I'm sure. Who's taken a vacation from her career as a top fashion model. I roll. Oh Lord, the strange bones were the least of it. They arrived in West Virginia. 3 people would die horribly, and they were only the first. Something in the mountains was hungry, something that craved human flesh, something that had a quarrel with the moon. Oh, I don't know about this one. Could be a fun one. You never know. I found another John Coyne book. I found Hobgoblin. The dungeons are real. The dragons are real. The terror is here. I don't know. I don't even know if this. I don't know what this one is. Scott Gardner is weird. Perfect. He thinks the monsters in his fantasy game are real. He thinks he sees hobgoblins at the castle where his mother works. He thinks his girlfriend is being stalked by the Black Annis because of what happened to her in the graveyard. He thinks his high school is filled with blood-spewing gorfs, and flesh-hungry ground bats from the darkness of Irish legend. Scott Gardner is right. So he's throwing the biggest party of the year on Halloween. Oh, so this needs to be the Halloween book. Oh. I read all these before, but I've forgotten already. Dun dun da 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 da. John Coyne, I think you just never know what you're going to get with this guy. So I saw it there. So of course, picked it on up. You know what I'm saying? This one I got. Okay. This one is the Holmes Dracula File by Fred Saberhagen. Please tell me if you've read this, because it sounds amazing. Okay, so crime makes strange partnerships, and none stranger than that between Sherlock Holmes and Count Dracula. Like, that's all I needed to know. So I want to know what this is about. It sounds super fun and interesting. So, and it's kind of short. Cool cover. There's Dracula. There's Sherlock. Sounds fun, yeah. Tor says supernatural horror. All right. I found an old Peter Straub book. If You Could See Me Now. Another Allison, warned him 20 years ago, before the endless days and nights of fear came to Arden, Wisconsin. 20 years ago to the day. Now Miles has returned, but the townspeople have not forgotten what happened when the 2 lovers swore their oath, nor has Miles forgotten. Oh, okay, so I wonder what this is all about. I shamefully haven't read any Peter Straub other than trying to read Ghost Story a year or 2 ago and DNFing it. So, I definitely want to give one another go, I did find Markama Speaks the Nightbird, Volume 1, Judgment of the Witch. Just, this takes place in the Carolinas, so that's cool. I'm not gonna read too much about that one. I'm gonna let that one just sit there. Add it for my canon. I found this. It's Ghost World, Beyond Terror, Barbara Siegel and Scott Siegel. Very kind of 90s cover. Let's see what it was the year on this one. Yet 1991. If only it were a nightmare. No living being has ever seen this strange place until now, and 16-year-old Andy Moser wants no part of it. It's bad enough coming face to face with a saber-toothed tiger that died millions of years ago, but that's nothing compared to being swept over a waterfall where the water never reaches bottom. What's going on here? I have no idea. But the cover drew me in because it's just so 90s, and I love this font of the ghost world. You don't have to die to go to Ghost World. That's fun. I found one of these Dark Forces books. This is called The Game. Looks like a Ouija story, so that sounds fun. This is from 1983, and this is in great condition. I'm not one that's picky about condition, but from a book from the 80s, other than this like sticker goop, I mean, I don't even know this one was read, to be honest. So, and I guess is this volume 1? I don't know much about this series. I've seen Cameron Chaney talk a little bit about it, I think, but I don't know. So Julie and Terry are popular teenage twins. Whoa, teenage twins. Identical. Until a car accident places Julie in a wheelchair. Oh. Angry and dispirited, she rejects all her friends to spend hours alone in her room playing with a Ouija board. That shouldn't be a problem. Oh. Then suddenly Julie's fingertips open an unseen doorway and something unspeakable begins to possess her mind and body. Whoa, okay, so that sounds fun. I found a Bruce Coville book. These are always fun to find. Aliens Ate My Homework. Sounds kind of fun. Yeah, middle grade book. Coville has written so many books, and I don't think I've actually read any of them. I've accumulated quite a few now, though. So yeah, we'll see what that one's all about. Sounds like just a good fun one. I did find a copy of X-Files Fight the Future, so this adaptation. Ooh, there's a bookmark. An old piece of a carton. I hadn't watched Fight the Future in a long time, too. It does have some like pictures from the movie in the middle. And this is in great shape too. Again, I'm not super picky about shape, but I don't think this one's been read either. So I love X-Files. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, so it came from the page. Our friend over there loves aliens books. I found a bunch of aliens books, and I picked them up because he's always talking about aliens books. And I have a few on my shelf, but these were super cheap. So I picked them up. I said, you know what, I'll give them a go. So Andrew, you let me know which ones maybe I should read first or what. I don't know. You let me know if you're watching. So not really any particular order. Alien Harvest by Robert Sheckley. Great covers on all of these. Aliens, this is book 1 called Earth Hive by Steve Perry. Is that the Steve Perry that I read that book back in Garb August? I cannot remember the name of it right now. This is Christopher Golden's Alien River of Pain. It's like this embossed cover. It's pretty cool. All new story. I know. Oh, so this one has Ellen Ripley returns to Earth. Oh, okay. Ellen Ripley's like one of my favorite characters ever to exist in anything. So I've got Aliens Labyrinth. Did I say Labyrinth? Yes. In this hellish maze, no one gets out completely human. Whoa. This is by S.D. Perry. That's a great cover on these, yeah? Aliens Music of the Spheres. I'm assuming there's probably an order to these books. I'll have to search on that. This is by Yvonne Navarro. They're great. Flipping cover on these books, man. Aliens, this is book 3, The Female War. That sounds fun. Steve Perry and Stephanie Perry. Stephanie probably. Whoa, badass cover. Okay. I got Aliens Berserker by S.D. Perry. Another look at that cover. So cool. Suicide Squad of bug hunters takes on the biggest hive in history. Aliens Steel Egg by John Shirley. Yep. Aliens Genocide by David, what's that, Bischoff? I can't, have a hard time seeing for some reason. And last, I think, yeah, Aliens Rogue by Sandy Schofield. A bit of a glare on that one. Great cover. So I've got a little collection now of alien books, so that's fun. I don't know why I never got into reading the Aliens books. I do love the Aliens movies, like a big fan, but I don't know, like one of those things, I guess, you know. So just a few more. Oh, another old little Whitley Strieber book, because why not? This is called Majestic. The Government Lied. Okay? The Government Lied. I guess this is just another alien book. A study novel of alien visitation that combines its unique experience with an astonishing historical incident. Ah, he's talking about Roswell here. Okay. That sounds fun. Has anyone been to Roswell? I've been to Roswell. God, this has been years ago now. It was a bunch of years ago now. But it's so fun. So it's really cool. You go out there. So you can go to the little alien inn, or the little alien, and they have all kinds of UFO shit there that you can look at. And then there's a UFO museum downtown Roswell, which is really fun to go to as well. And then if you want to go out to the desert, you find the black mailbox, and then you find the road to take you out to Area 51, and it's very intimidating. And so you drive out you're in the middle of the desert, and you're driving, and and you might see a Jeep pop up on the hill looking at you. Okay, and then you come to this fence, this gate. That says, don't come any further. If you drive, you will be shot. This isn't a lie. And then there's a guy. There might be a truck that pulls up and stares at you while you're sitting there in your car looking at said gate with that sign that says, don't drive any further, you will be shot. So you turn your ass or car around and you drive away. But it's a really fun experience. If you want to drive out to the Roswell area, it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. God, that's been 15 plus years ago probably that I was out there, but anyway, this is a book about Roswell. Okay, I found this one. It just sounded really cool. Yvonne Navarro, Dead Rush. So, born of a twisted faith of a teenage boy in a backwoods Georgia church, a new addiction is carried to the brutal streets of Chicago. In a dark alley on a steamy June night, the fifth victim of a serial killer rises from the dead as its first initiate. Unable to resist her dark new desire, trapped by her own body and perverse yearning, she is alive but not alive, dead but not undead, forced by the raging call inside to spread the dead rush. Across a landscape of urban violence, the contagion passes from hand to hand, flesh to flesh, predator to prey, one by one. Its unwilling victims return to live again, only to discover a craving that is not to be denied. Soon they learn the terrible truth of their rebirth. There is no life after death, only hunger. That sounded cool, right? Yeah, so I had to pick that one up because that sounded cool. I've never read anything by that author, but sounded fun. I picked this one up, The Ancestors. It says Ellie Banks, Tanana Rudu, Brandon Massey. The past has returned to haunt us. So this is one that's been on my radar for a little bit. Has a short story by each of the authors in here. Every Shut Eye Ain't Sleep by L.A. Banks, The Patriarch by Brandon Massey, and Ghost Summer by Tanana Rudu. Of course, Ghost Summer is also in her collection called Ghost Summer, but I just picked it up, because I was Black and Weathon on my mind kind of thing, and it'd be cool to have this old paperback copy of that book. I found a William W. Johnstone, The Devil's Kiss. Whoa, look at that guy hanging out. Whoa, spooky. So yeah, this one, Black Wilder has waited a long, long time to come to Whitfield. Is his name Black Wilder? Oh my God. But he's no stranger to patience. A year, 10 years, 100 years, time has no meaning for him. He just waits until the moment is right, and then he emerges silent and unmerciful. Goes from there. I don't know. Cool ass cover, so I picked it up. last but not least, I was so excited about a Red Dwarf book. Alice, I read Alice on the Giant Shelf. The Giant Shelf? Alice and the Giant TBR. Oh, Alice. Alice. She's amazing. I'll link her below. She read some Red Dwarf for Garb August. And I was like, oh, Red Dwarf books? There's Red Dwarf books? And I found one. I was so excited. I don't know kind of what order or anything, but I used to watch the hell out of Red Dwarf. It came on PBS. It's such a strange, funny show. Space show, like British comedy. It's so fun. I can't wait to read this. So, yay, Red Dwarf. Any other Red Dwarf fans? All right, that's it. I talked a lot. That's a long one. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. You know, I appreciate your time. I really do. There's a lot of people making videos out there. And if you watch any amount of time of mine, I'm appreciative. So I hope you're doing well. Thanks again for watching, friends. Till next time. Bye.